At the same time, Bill, humor is so polarized. Fox News trying to launch a late-night comedy show, trying to compete with Colbert and Kimmel. How's it going?
Well, you know, the Gutfeld show is what I expected, which is that it's not really about comedy or satire. It's about revenge. The idea is to tell jokes that get them riled up, and they're not being entertained, they're being incited. And the idea is for them to say, yeah, that'll show them.
Oh, he got me. Still, why wouldn't Brian Stelter defend me, considering I gave him his start in cable news?
Brian, I like to play a little game where I just stay in my apartment and I don't pick up the phone and just see if anybody will come and check on me. Have you ever thought about doing that?
And no one pays the rent. I mean, the landlord came after 7 years to evict him. I want a landlord who won't evict me for 7 years.
Exactly. It makes no sense.
You know, with hair, he's like a little adorable hamster. Too bad the Oscars were last week, because the CIA could have gone home with more gold than William Devane. Have you seen their latest recruitment video? It's a gut-wrenching portrayal of one woman's triumph over bigotry and injustice in a world filled with pain and confusion.
I'm a woman of color. I am a mom. I am a cisgender millennial who's been diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder. I am intersectional, but my existence is not a box-checking exercise.
Wait, didn't she just check every box? By the way, who actually says I'm intersectional? I mean, besides my couch. Here's more.
I used to struggle with imposter syndrome, but at 36, I refuse to internalize misguided patriarchal ideas of what a woman can or should be. I am unapologetically me. I want you to be unapologetically you, whoever you are.
Just what we wanted in a secret agent, one who blows their cover 5 seconds after meeting you. They replaced CIA with TMI. Talk about oversharing. How can this person go undercover? Aren't spies supposed to have a secret identity and not identify openly as 18 different things? Forget name, rank, and serial number. Yes, my name is Susan Thomas. I am an art dealer traveling abroad, but really I'm a bisexual, non-binary gender studies graduate with student debt and childhood trauma who's in the CIA. Whoops, I should have left that part out. Now I have to kill you. The whole point of being in the CIA is not being true to our identity, whether you're Latinx or Scottish, especially if you're Scottish. The bagpipes are a dead giveaway. So I say get over yourself, or selves. But sadly, wokeness is now how we do business, and even the CIA is in on it. Man, was I dumb. I thought that kind of PC bilge had an expiration date once you graduated, like playing hacky sack or listening to Cat Stevens. The understanding was that this stuff was worthless once you left college. But I was wrong. The wokesters are now officially everywhere, drowning us with their box-checking vernacular. Could you imagine being interrogated by a new age agent? Talk about torture. Ahmed, we saw you purchase the ingredients for the pipe bombs. You were obviously acting out against the racist, classist, patriarchal colonizers trying to prevent you from being your best, most authentic self as a result of your lived experiences as a survivor of your chronic bedwetting, or as we call it, creative peeing. You will confess to anything to stop them from droning on about themselves. Yes, yes, I had a bomb in my shoe. Please stop forcing me to list my favorite role models of color. So I admit this is like shooting sustainably raised salmon in a barrel. This video is not exactly top secret, and this woman is serving her country, so good for her. But every blinking Yahoo on this planet can see how silly America's premier intelligence agency actually is. Even Twitter laughed, but not the CIA. These videos came out of multiple meetings and strategy sessions. The fact that they put this out there is kind of a huge blind spot, and spy agencies shouldn't have blind spots. It's like your dad getting an earring for his 50th birthday. Maybe this video might even get people to join the CIA, but me, this level of malarkey couldn't get me to join an orgy. But maybe that's the point. One more non-binary intersectional type means one less angry white male like me on staff. Right, angry white male?
How would I describe myself? Well, regular guy, I guess. I like sports. I guess I like my job. Love my family. What's this for, the news? Because I hate the news.
You gotta wonder what the world thinks of this. Our enemies are giggling like Don Lemon on a bicycle. It's just the image that I find humorous. Fact is, we have foreign enemies who dream of nothing more than killing each one of us every day. And I doubt that Oprah-level university-approved talking points about gender and race would scare them. And by the by, have you ever wondered what a politically correct secret agent might look like? We already did.
This Christmas, Bond is back like you've never seen him before.
You hungry? I had an extra one.
You're not gonna hurt me.
Of course not. Violence is so uncivilized.
It's the same James Bond you know and love, rewritten to please even the most progressive, socially conscious moviegoer in 2018.
What'll it be, sir? Let me guess. Martini. Shaken, not stirred?
Latte. Soy latte. Extra decaf.
Extra decaf?
Are the beans sustainably sourced? I only drink organic, farm-raised, homegrown, cruelty-free coffee.
I have no idea.
With intrigue and suspense.
Your move, 007.
Is it? No, seriously, is it? I don't know how to play this game. I saw at a TED Talk recently that competitive activities only encourage toxic masculinity and marginalize disenfranchised communities into unjust hierarchical structures reinforced by a bigoted and corrupt system.
You're bluffing.
What's a bluff?
And it isn't a Bond film without seduction.
Well, James, I've had a really lovely evening. Care to come inside?
You know, I don't appreciate the heteronormative assumptions in your proposition. It's regressive, anti-neo-feminist rhetoric like that that perpetuates a patriarchal society of oppression and gendered subjugation, not the least of which I care to contribute to.
You could have just said no.
So get ready for the most politically correct secret agent of all time. No guns, no gambling, no girls. It's James Bond in The Spy Who Consensually Agreed in Writing She Loved Me.
You must be Q.
It's LGBTQ now.
Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to reject virtue signaling of all kinds. Good luck. This segment will self-destruct in 5 seconds. Let's welcome tonight's guest. She chairs the Senate Subcommittee on Awesome, Tennessee Senator Marsha Blackburn. She went from pom-poms to truth bombs. Outnumbered co-host Emily Campagno. She's 3 days into her first marriage. Fox News contributor Kat Timpf. And his tattoo artist charges him by the yard. My master sidekick and host of Enough Said on Fox Nation, Tyrus. All right, Senator. What did you think when you first heard that video? I mean, it's the language that drives me crazy. I like the fact that she's serving the country, but it's the CIA. It's touchy-feely.
Well, the CIA should be about recruiting the best and brightest that there are, about protecting this country, about stopping bad actors, bad people, bad things from happening. And here we are putting the focus on someone that has imposter syndrome. And it's completely inappropriate.
You know what's interesting about that? When you say imposter syndrome, nobody knows what that is, but Kat, we all know what imposter syndrome is.
Yeah, it's like kind of how I'm this huge superstar and a national treasure, but I don't really realize that about myself.
Everybody has imposter syndrome.
Right.
Because what that means is you think that you think people are going to find out that you're actually not good at what you do.
Right. I do. I am worried about that, even though I'm excellent and unparalleled at what I do. Look, I just think that this and the reaction, all of it kind of proves how broken and how the Democratic Party and the left in general, it's not just that they're obsessed with wokeness, that's kind of all that matters to them. Because it's not shocking to see that conservatives don't like this. I mean, it is pretty ridiculous. But on the left, You know, Jacobin Mag's the only place I saw point this out. Hey, you know, the CIA is not woke with their decades of, you know, hyper-militarization and all these things. These are things that liberals are not supposed to like. But be like, oh, look at this nice ad. She made a nice little word salad of all these nice buzzwords that everyone's supposed to say. And then boom, that's enough. Just like how for vice president, they nominated a corrupt cop because she had the identity politics that fit. That's all that matters, and it's crazy.
It's an interesting trend because corporations are realizing that if you use the woke vernacular, they will overlook everything, including not paying your taxes, or making you know, ice cream that'll like give you heart disease in 10 years.
Yeah, Justin Trudeau blackface multiple times, like anything. If you use the right buzzword, make the right buzzword salad of wokeness, you're fine.
So, Emily, good to see you. That's all.
I'm waiting for it.
Now, this is part of I think a series called Humans of the CIA, which, by the way, the title's pretty funny because it sounds like we know there are humans in the CIA, but it's like they were trying too hard to appeal. It's like your dad getting an earring. It's just like, so the CIA is trying too hard.
Absolutely. And they're the last agency that needs to try it all.
Yes.
That's the other thing. Like, we all know what goes on behind those closed doors.
Right.
We've all seen the movies. We know it all. And that's why that video that you guys made is so funny, because I just kept thinking to myself, Mitch Rapp would never make a video like that. Jason Bourne or 007 would never make a video like that. And then you did, and it just pulls back the curtain of what a farce this entire thing is that they're trying to do. And I think, you know, from a management standpoint, it's such a failure because when you invite in topics that divide in politics into the workplace, of course they're going to bring it with them. And so it's going to become a monster you can't kill. And for an agency like the CIA or law enforcement agencies, we need them to be a certain plug and play. We need them to be code before self. We need to understand that if an agent can't make it or doesn't show up, another one will perfectly replace them in the same standard, not to a different standard, because I just want to raise my hand and talk about my differences. And recruiting based on those differences over the similarities in the code is a disaster, and it's dangerous. And I also don't understand why we are advertising to our enemies that, like, the CIA is staffed with anxious individuals.
Yeah,
that helps no one.
Yeah, although I would make a great CIA agent because I'm anxious all the time. And I'm constantly thinking people are out to get me. You know what, Tyrus? Here's the thing that, don't look at me like that. You look like you're waiting for something horrible to happen. You are. Okay, why does the CIA need a recruitment video when everybody loves to be, like when I met Mike Baker, it's like, he's in the CIA. It's like the coolest job ever. Do you really need recruitment videos to get people to join the CIA? It's a great title.
I'm still stuck on imposter syndrome. I don't get it.
Yes.
Like, you're saying you struggle from lying about yourself a lot? Is that impossible? Like you're really deep down a pirate, but you're just doing this CIA thing till the ship comes in? I mean, what do we...
No, it's
you know what I'm saying?
It's like how I worry that I'm not brilliant and beautiful.
Okay,
even though I am.
no, I'm not. You're not riding that. That's not what I meant. The bigger problem in this that I noticed, and I only watched it like 3 or 4 times because I wasn't sure what I was watching. I was waiting for you to walk out and be like, gotcha. But I didn't hear anything about America in that entire thing, or serving your country, or don't worry, 3 a.m., I'm on the job.
Yeah.
Well, we know you can't because of the imposter syndrome and the anxiety. You don't like dark, quiet places, so you can't do it. Like, this was like the me. We're not about country, we're about me. And this is the one business where you cannot be singled out and recognized and given participation trophies for being in the CIA. You're supposed to be America first, duty to country, and honestly, yourself is second.
You know, it's interesting. I think that's probably the concern. Besides just the language, to me, is so strange because it's not original. This language is being passed along through academia, and everybody picks up on it. But it's the triumph of the me over the we. Wow! I just came up with that.
Brilliant.
Well, I kind of helped.
Country first.
Threw it up
Country
there.
first.
Yes.
Kind of put it up there for you. All you got to do is, well, in your case, set shot. But
you know, that's unnecessary.